Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rob from Next Truck Sales. I want to take this opportunity and introduce you to our 2012 Freightliner Cascadia. This particular truck, we sold it about 6 years ago when it came out of service from major fleet, and the customer retired, and we have the truck back to sell again. So it has a Detroit DD15, 455 horse with a 13-speed manual. It's got an extra long wheelbase for a Cascadia. It's a 244. You don't normally see those on Cascadias, but this one did have a headache rack at the back. That's why it's a little bit longer. It was originally hauling curtain side flatbed type equipment, and it was hauling grain afterwards. So I'll take you through the truck. It's good truck, low mileage or relatively low mileage for a 2012. Computer verified that it is low mileage, and it's going to come safety certified, DOT certified, ready to go to work with cold air, no check engine lights, and good working conditions. So let's take a look. So it's not new anymore, obviously. Being a 2012, that makes it a 12-year-old truck. So there is some bumps and blemishes, but I am going to show you what I can see on it. Cosmetically, looks like this bumper was probably painted, which is why the paint is peeling now. Some stone chips. Okay, yeah, you can see that this has obviously been painted at one point because it's peeling off. No major accidents on this unit, but that doesn't mean that it's never been inside of a paint booth, so be aware of that. Okay, a little crack in the grill, but it's secure. My one complaint on the old style Cascadias that they resolved in the new style Cascadias is that clam style hood shell, or hood hinge, I guess you call it. And I'm going to open it up. I think I remember this one was just hanging up a bit. We'll have to get that greased when we send it out for service. So just have a listen. You'll hear it. Open it up, and it does that binding. You hear that binding noise? So that's actually a little bit of a restriction in that clamshell. See if I can get it. That clamshell right there in the middle, and you just got to get some grease in it. If you force it, it'll eventually break, and then your hood kind of falls off. So we'll have to get that dealt with. We'll get that serviced when it goes in for the annual inspection. But let's look at the rest of the truck. So we've got Michelin steering tires there, 70% perhaps. Drum brakes, spring suspension, has a blue frame with obviously some rust. We can paint that, but I think a price point of this truck doesn't necessarily justify putting that kind of an expense against this type of a truck, because usually the person who's running this truck, it just wants a good price point truck, doesn't want to pay the extra money to make it look pretty. So we're leaving it kind of the way that we got it. Aluminum wheels, aluminum hubs, DD15, no leakage. This is a good running engine. Have a look here. It's coming with certified with no leaks, like I said, cold air, and ready to go to work. Over here, another Michelin, probably 70%. Okay, take a look here. So we've got some, we'll call that old oil. You can see it's dried up. It's certainly not actively dripping. It's just kind of wet there. Okay, looks like this bumper corner here has been kind of patched, kind of loose. We'll make sure that we get that secured. That should be secure, but cosmetically it's, you know, it's hit some stuff in the front end here, but that's not the main selling feature of this truck. It's got relatively low mileage, and it's at a good price point. Have a look here. So this is a mid-roof extra tall. You can stand up inside of it. Over here, fuel tanks are, I believe, 120 gallon on this side. Partial skirts, so we got good condition. They're not all banged up and beat up. A couple of tiny gouges in the bottom there. A Merit toolbox. Okay, on the back here, we've got a Park Smart APU unit. This is a battery powered air conditioning unit. At 12 years of age, I can almost guarantee you it isn't going to be working. I'm actually looking at the condition of it just from here, and it's probably good for bird nest duty at this point. I wouldn't put any value into that whatsoever in being working condition. In fact, I'd be completely surprised if it did. Merit toolbox, saddle box here. We've got wet lines on the side here. Okay, we've got Bridgestone DR454s that are just about done. I'm going to say they're 20% tread, maybe. They're going to pass DOT. That's about it. I'm not even sure if they do pass DOT. We might have to put something on there, but we'll let the mechanic be the judge. On the back, we've got a couple of decent shape Michelin XDN2s on aluminum wheels, drum brakes. They're probably 80%. Frame, yes, it looks pretty nasty, especially on a blue frame where you see the orange, it kind of jumps off out at you, but really it's all surface. Like if you look at that, it's literally cosmetic. So we can paint it, like I said, but I don't know if it justifies spending that kind of money on a 2012. To me, it makes no sense. If you want it done, we can certainly add it to the price, but at this point, I don't know if somebody's willing to pay extra for it. So another Michelin, set of Michelins. So these are matched, the 4 across the back. We've got a, looks like a Fontaine sliding 5th wheel with about 2 feet of movement. A couple of other Bridgestone, or my apologies, BF Goodrich DR454s, and they're right there at the wear line too. So we might need 4 tires on this puppy, on this front row. Here's your wet kit. So you've got a hydraulic tank that's been added since we sold this truck, and this is going to run your wet kit. Okay, come over here, we've got another 100-gallon fuel tank. So we've got 220 gallons total fuel. Let's look over here. What have we got? Upgraded insulation. Obviously that comes with the Park Smart system, which is that battery powered APU unit. Have a look in here. Your PTO controls are right there. And let's have a look inside. So we've got a premium interior with power locks, power mirrors, power windows. We've got heated mirrors. We've got a leather steering wheel with some leather worn off. Sometimes people throw hockey tape or electrical tape around that. We've got a really nice Legacy seat in here. This is genuine leather. It's quite a nice seat. We've got lumbar adjustment. We've got the original Freightliner seat over on the other side, and it is an air ride. We've got a 13-speed manual, and I'll be honest, it smells like a grain truck. It's got a little bit of an odor to it, so it's kind of a hard smell to get rid of. But let's get this started, and I'm going to switch it over to miles. Let's see what's going on here. So, for some reason we got a DPF light on. We'll deal with that later. It might go out on its own. Maybe it needs a regen. So if we go into the setup here and we push hold, I think it's been so long since I've done one of these. Oh, I almost had it. Hang on. Go to setup. Nope. One more time. I think I'll figure it out. Setup, push and hold, push and hold. There we go. Got it. 539,000 miles on a 12-year-old truck. That being said, the hours are going to be a little higher because it's running a PTO. I'll put the hours in the description. Have a look here. So we've got locking diff, we've got suspension dump, sliding 5th wheel, all of our usual stuff. And I'm going to turn on the air because it's a little hot in here. Quickly go through the spec. Okay, so 455 horse, 13 3 and 40s, 342 rear axle ratio, and a 244 wheelbase. So you can see it's a little longer. Your usual Cascadia wheelbase is in and around the 228 to 230 range. Let's have a look here. So we've got no refrigerator. There might have been one there, but not any longer. We've got vinyl on the front, which is good for your dirty boots, and we've got carpet in the back. We've got a single bed with the premium button tuck interior. You can see there, see that shiny stuff in the vents? That is the thermal foil for the upgraded air insulation that's on this. Slide out drawer. I doubt this back part was used very much. Look here. So this is kind of rotten. You can see that on the outside. If you look at the pictures, you'll see I think it was silicone. Interestingly, I've sold so many Freightliners. It was only the 2012 model year that seemed to have trouble with those. They must have been made at some factory where they used cheap metal on the 12s, because you've got, it's actually rotted through. You can see daylight coming through here. So probably silicone that up and be done with it. Okay, let's have a look underneath here. We do have receptacles throughout the cab as well. So if you look here, you're gonna see, should see, I'm just gonna flip this up. Should see an inverter hiding around here somewhere, or not, maybe there was. You definitely will have power from shore power. And if there isn't an inverter over there, you can add one, and then you'll get power in all of these plugs. So you'll have power there, you'll have power there, and you'll have power. Likely to find a receptacle down below. It looks like there was potentially a receptacle that was taken out. So the most important part, let's see this thing running. Then we'll deal with this DPF light. So I'm just gonna put it up on cruise a little bit. I want you to hear the engine running. So you can see we've got it up to 125. We've got great oil pressure, like 65 pounds. I'm gonna go outside. It's gonna be a little noisy, a little hard to hear me. So I'm literally just gonna take the oil filler cap off, show you what blow-by is going on in there, and then I'm gonna go underneath the truck, show you that it's not dripping oil, and then we'll come in and see what, if we can figure out what's going on with this DPF light. Okay. I find it's usually best not to talk when we're around the engine. It's just too noisy. So let's look at our DPF regen. So we need a regen, so let's do that. And I guess that'd be a good point to prove that the regen system is hooked up and working. So we're gonna push and hold the brake pedal and let it do its thing, so it should go through its deal. Let's see. There she goes. So it's gonna, so the light's off. It's gonna do a regen. It'll get nice and smoking hot. A couple things to point out. Obviously, no blow-by, or very little blow-by. I did see a little bit of oil around the left-hand side of the engine. We're gonna clean that off and run it and make sure that it's completely dry and that there's nothing going on there. And you're getting the truck with the emissions connected and working, obviously able to complete a complete regen, complete forced regen, cold air conditioning, and ready to go to work, and that's what you're getting in this truck. Now, if if you happen to be watching this video and you're in the US, this truck is in Canada. We offer shipping to our yard in Buffalo, so don't feel like you can't purchase it, because we do offer a shipping service. We will supply you with all of the paperwork in order to convert the title from Canada to US, and we'll supply you a 10-day temporary trip permit to be able to drive back from Buffalo. Feel free to call us with any questions that you have about that. Be more than happy to explain what we do. In the meantime, if you're interested in this truck or any other truck that we have for sale, feel free to call us at that number, 844-489-8789, and ask for me, Rob, and I will be more than happy to explain the process, anything about this truck, and we can make a deal. So hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.